Hello everyone, Travis here, and welcome back to another Mega Park episode here on SimFox. It has been over a month since I've posted anything on my channel, let alone something in this series in particular, and I do apologize for that. I will probably be going into detail on what is the cause of the delays throughout the process of this video. But anyway, if you remember last time we were working in the ghost town area, we put in a water ride and the audio quality was really bad. I'm hoping that that's not the case this time. My microphone settings seem to be where they are supposed to be now. So once I start putting all this together, I'll know for sure. As I mentioned in the beginning of the series, I am taking suggestions for ride names, and I did get a few ride name suggestions over the last couple of episodes, and I do apologize if I missed yours. I do read all of the comments, but I sometimes wait to reply to them when I am a little bit more engaged in Roller Coaster Tycoon related stuff or have time to sit down with YouTube. A lot of times I'll get notified while I'm at school or out doing stuff, and so I have every intention of going back and rereading and replying, and then sometimes I completely forget to do that until weeks and weeks later, or even sometimes never. So please bear with me on that. I'm not ignoring anyone on purpose or anything. And if you really want me to notice you, definitely continue to comment, because I do notice after a while when I start to receive comments from the same people. But alright, here we go. My typical disclaimer before I start shouting people out is I am terrible at pronouncing names, not only of the people who are suggesting certain names, but even the pronunciations of the ride names themselves. So please try not to hate on me too much. So first, Sean Anderson suggested that the log ride in the ghost town area be called Anubis, which I think is a really awesome name that fits the ghost town theme really well. So I am for sure changing that over, even if it's not happening on the screen right now, I will change it. Anxious J actually gave me a few ride suggestions for the blue floorless coaster, but the one I liked the best was Elixir. So I like that name, and I think it fits with kind of the generic, somewhat industrial-ish kind of theme. And then Luca Rossi suggested that I name the splash boats Pecos Waterfall, which is actually going to fit in really well with the Western kind of theme that I'm doing over there in that area. But yeah, thank you all for those suggestions, and again, if I've missed yours at all throughout this series, I do apologize. I do intend to try to get better at responding to comments and paying attention to comments particularly about name suggestions. But alright, moving on from that, in today's episode we will be working over in the ghost town area a little bit and around that area, kind of trying to fill in the empty space. I do make some of the edits off camera, and I apologize for that. Some of it was me forgetting to push record, which you'll see at some point all of a sudden a full building will appear, and that's what happened there. And the other reason is I did have one file that got corrupted somehow. You'll see I do a little bit of terraforming in this section, and add a few buildings with shops and stalls and that kind of thing. And then towards the end of the episode I will be working extensively on a mine train coaster. I'm not sure if the layout of the mine train will stay as it is. I'm kind of trying to go for like a runaway mine train sort of feel. Big Thunder Mountain, if you will. But of course still sticking with that ghost town kind of theme. And all in all, I'm liking the way this area of the park is turning out. And I was going through the park map earlier today to kind of jog my memory since it's been a while since I've worked on it. And in general, I'm liking the way this park is turning out as a whole. It certainly has some great detail, lots of unique structures and character, and I'm looking forward to finishing this project. I know I said that this would end at the end of the year, but as you can clearly see, unless I crank out 4 or 5 episodes over the next few days, which I promise I won't, I will not be finishing it by the end of the year. But that's okay if we extend it over into 2018. I think it's a great series, and people are still actively engaged in it, and I really do appreciate your guys' support, feedback, and suggestions throughout the process of creating such a large-scale park. I mentioned earlier that I have been spread really thin lately. For those of you who haven't really been following my commentary, I've been working on some acting. I was in a play for Christmas, and that took up a lot of my time. But now the big time taker in my life is this renovation that I'm doing. As I mentioned in some previous videos, I'm not sure about this series in particular, but I currently own 2 houses, one that I live in and one that I was using as a rental property, but I recently got rid of the tenants that were living in my rental property and it's my intention to move over there. It's in a bit of a better location. It is a little bit smaller than my current house, but since I'm selling the more expensive one, that has freed up some funds for me to do a bit of a large-scale renovation on what was my previous rental property, and so I can really turn it into a house that encompasses my needs and desires as well as my own kind of unique style. So I've been dealing with contractors and construction crews and all of that stuff, and everybody so far has been really great, but it's just very time consuming, very tedious work. I'm doing a lot of it myself, especially in regards to painting and swapping out trim and adding certain accents and details in the aesthetic category. So at the moment I'm there all day, every day, and then when I get home, I am just dead dog tired and don't really feel like doing anything beyond watching a little bit of TV and going to sleep. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot else going on in my life right now. Not that I have time for anything else, but I'm glad that school is out right now. I definitely need the break. This coming semester will be extra insane for me since I will be starting the preliminary courses for grad school, finishing up my teaching certification, doing observation hours, and finishing up the last of my state licensing exams. But then this summer I should be able to really get some cool Roller Coaster Tycoon and Planet Coaster stuff out for you all. Maybe even work a little bit ahead so I'll have some episodes to post during the time when I am extra busy. As of the recording of this commentary, it is 10:38 on December 25th, so I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I know by the time you all watch this video, it'll probably be quite a bit after Christmas, but I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and are as excited and optimistic about 2018 as I am. But I think that wraps things up for commentary for today. I am pretty much just rambling at this point. Feel free to leave me a comment down below, giving me feedback, suggestions, your thoughts and ideas. Just say hi if you want. And give this video a thumbs up if you like what you see. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so that you can be notified of the latest and greatest from me. And with that said, you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, night, etc., wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all next time.